Okay, so question 1, the ingredients to make 8 pancakes. So only wants to make 4 pancakes. So he only wants to make half the amount of pancakes that this recipe makes. So if you want to know how much milk he needs, you need to take your milk and divide it by 2, okay? So there's your milk to make 8 pancakes. We only want 4, so you want to divide that by 2. For part B, Craig has made 12 pancakes. How much butter does he need? Well, he needs 5 grams for 8 pancakes. So 8 pancakes is 5 grams. So perhaps if you worked out what 4 pancakes, how many grams that would be. And then you could add those together. Okay, if you knew what 8 pancakes is, you can easily work out what 4 pancakes is and you can add those up. Question 2, simplest form is just like when you simplify fractions, you want to find a times table that has both of these numbers in, okay? So it needs to be something which 14 and 56 are divisible by. So if I give you a clue, try doing that and see what you get. You might then be able to divide it down further, okay? So check about if they're even. So once you've divided by 7, if they're even, then you need to divide by 2, okay? And keep going till you can't divide them down anymore as whole numbers. For part B, so she sells 240 necklaces in a month. 180 were sold via the shop's website. The rest were in the shop. Okay, so if the total is 240 and 180 of those were online, then how many of them must be if you imagine it as a bar model? So 240 is your total, 180 are online, so you want to work out this bit here, so what goes with 180 to make 240. When you've got them, do the same thing again, keep to get it into its simplest form. Keep dividing down until you can't divide anymore as whole numbers. Question 3. Oh, sorry, on question 2, he wants to do online sales to shops, so it's going to be a 180 to whatever your question mark is, and then simplify that. Question 3, well, if the cards in the pack are on a ratio of 2 black and 5 red at a time, think about how many cards that is in total each time and how many of them are red. So it's going to be how many are red out of your total, so over your total here. Question 4, if there's £54 and you're sharing a ratio of 5 to 4, this is where I draw a very bad diagram. Well, 5 and 4, 1, 2, 3, makes 9. So there's 5 there, and I'll do the other 4 in a different colour. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We'll do a 4th one on there, like so. Okay, so you're sharing £54. into 9 pieces effectively. So we need to know how many 9s go into 54. So we're going to do 54, you're going to divide it by 9, and whatever your answer is what goes in each of these boxes. So whatever your answer is, that's what goes into each of these. And then we've been asked how much each person gets. Well, Beth gets these 4 over here. So you need to do 4 times your question mark to work out what Bethan gets. And then Sam gets 5 lots of your question mark. So you need to write down what Sam gets. So 54 divided by 9, that tells you the question mark. And then you need to multiply as shown. So this question's slightly different. So Zoe and Hannah have shared tips in the ratio 3 to 7. So Zoe is those 3 there, and Hannah is 7 over here. Sorry, my mouse is dreadful. These should all be equally sized pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is Hannah. Now they've told us that Zoe received £24. So this here is £24. So you need to use that to work out what the quantity of one part is. So you've got 3 of them. So what must one part be? And then all of these parts that Hannah gets are the same. So once you know what the question mark is, well, we know Hannah gets 7 lots of that. So you can times that by 7. Question 6. Carol buys a house, she pays a 10% deposit. So to work out 10%, the method is that you divide by 10. Okay, so that's really straightforward. Question 7. This is a really nice question. They've structured it all out for you. So they've told you how to work out 10%, 5%, 2.5%. So 10%, you can see that did our method on the last question. They divided by 10. And then 5% is just half of that. And 2.5% is half of that. And then they've added them all up. So they want you to do the same thing, but for this number 360. Question 8, they've told us 5% of a number is 23 and that 1% of that number is 4.6. So 16% would be whatever 5% is. So it's going to be 3 lots of 5% plus the 1%. So that means you're going to be doing 3 lots of 23 and then adding on 4.6. Okay, so on question 9, a TV costs £800. Okay, so we've got our £800 TV plus VAT at 20%, so that means we need to add on 2 lots of 10%. So you just need to work out 10%, double it, and add it on to 800. Question remember that 10% you divide by 10. Question 10, Ed buys a vase for £24 and adds 25% onto the price. Okay, so 25% is equal to 1/4. So really it's asking you to work out 1/4 of £24. So half it and half it again, and then add on to £24. Basically that's the profit he wants to make. Okay, so that's the extra bit. Question 11, what type of angle is A? So remember, you've got acute angles are like that. Obtuse angles, so they're less than 90. Obtuse angles are like that. So decide what you think A and B are. And then I'm not going to tell you C, you need to tell me what A and B add up to. So bear in mind that A and B form a straight line together. Question 12, the clue is here. We've got that angle and that angle are the same as each other, so two angles the same, which means these two sides must also be the same, so use that to help you. Question 13, the correct types of angles. So I've already told you in the last question we've got acute angles are less than 90 angles, obtuse angles are bigger than 90 angles, and then the one everyone forgets about, reflex angles, anything which is bigger than a straight line. Okay, reflex. Question 14, find the size of angle X. So these are those rules you have to just learn, unfortunately. So the clue I'd give you in this one is that X is opposite to 108, okay? And opposite angles are equal to each other. So that's my clue there. For question 15, I can see that X is not opposite to 80, so it's got to be one of these. It's got to be corresponding or alternate. So bear in mind, alternate means a sort of different angle, a different position, so it looks a little bit different. Corresponding means the exact same position. So X is down here on the bottom left of the intersection, and 80 is down here on the bottom left of its intersection. So to me it looks quite similar, so that's your clue there. For question 16, we get a nice Z shape here when we trace these. These are not opposite angles, they don't look like they're in a corresponding position either. So they're the same size, but they're in kind of alternative positions to each other. Question 17, we want to know the value of X. So what you want to do is you want to form yourself an equation. So count up the X's that are there. Add on your 90 degrees. And remember what the angles inside a quadrilateral add up to, which is 360. Then you've got an equation there you need to try and solve. For B, when it's drawn to scale, would they be parallel or not? So AD is this one here, and BC is this one here. So in order for those to run parallel to each other, we've got a right angle down here, this one here, would also have to be a right angle for them to run parallel to each other. So whatever you got for your value of x, if 2x is 90, then yes, they will be parallel. If 2x does not equal 90, then no, they will not be parallel to each other. Question 18. For question 18, it's quite hard for me to do without just doing it. But basically, we've got 15 straws in each pack, and there's 48 straws in each box. So the difference is this wording here, okay? So packs and boxes. Now it's told us that Trisha has bought P packs, so basically they're telling us to use the letter P for packs and to use the letter B for boxes. So we don't actually know how many. They're using a letter to represent that unknown number. But we want to know the total number of straws bought. So for it to be a total, it means we're going to be putting together however many packs she bought and however many straws she bought. Now there's 15 straws in each pack, so have a think about what P you might put there. So for every pack she buys, she's going to get 15 straws in it. And for every box that she buys, she's going to get 48 straws in it. So just fill those numbers in there, and that will be an expression. For question 19, batteries are sold in packets and boxes. A packet contains 8 batteries and a box contains 25. So they're telling us to use P for packets and B for boxes. So it's really similar to the last question. We don't know how many packets he bought, but we know in each of those packets he's going to get how many batteries. And again with the boxes, we don't know how many he bought, but we know in each one he's going to get 25. So you just need to fill those numbers in like that. Question 20, the volume of a cuboid. So the volume of a cuboid is base times height times kind of your depth. Okay, so how far back it goes. So that means your base times your height, and then your depth is how far back it goes. You just times them together, and of course you're going to be doing centimetres times by another centimetre times by another centimetre. Your answer is going to be in centimetres cubed.